our room service just got here, and I did order one of these large bottles of water because I think that will be good to have in the room. They returned the order form. So like I said last night, we ordered 4 cups of coffee, and that was in hopes they would send a whole pot. I think they would anyway if you put 2, but it's not like they send 2 pots thinking you really are gonna drink that much. Oh, we did get 2 servings of cream, which is fine because we will probably go through that. And then we got our breakfast sandwiches, which I love these. They're very good. Anyway, we're gonna have coffee, and we're meeting up in the sushi bar in about 40 minutes. Good morning. It is about 9:15 right now. We finished our breakfast, and there's a boat next to us, but it doesn't look like the water taxi. I think they're just about to start doing shuttles, and we have a beach clamshell reserve today, so we're going to head up and try to get on the first or second shuttle out. Anyway, it's comfortable and warm out, and I'm sure this will burn off and become a really nice day. We are back all aboard at 4:30, but John and I think we'll probably come back around 2. We'll show you Princess Cays is how I guess people insist it's supposed to be said, but we didn't win our freedom from Brits for nothing. We're sitting in take 5. We went up to the sushi place and waited in line to get a ticket, but then asked him where elites were supposed to gather. So I guess take 5 is kind of the staging area, and you don't need a water shuttle ticket. You just come here, and when a boat is available, they will take you to it. Although there was an announcement just now saying they have a boat. And
good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time to go. So just follow me and all your...
with the guy getting our clamshell set up, and we have a really pretty view straight at the ship. Gorgeous. It's kind of a free-for-all, and you got to chase the guy to get your seat, but set it up quick. We usually go under paloopas, but today we're under a blue paloopa. And last week in, I think, Costa Maya, Mexico, we were under a groupalupa.
Okay, so we're out here in the little baloopa. There's the ship. So, tech tip, I think they're busy building out the network infrastructure out here, but I don't think it's completely done. It could be a week, it could be a year, but I'm sure they'll get it polished up. But as it stands right now, the Medallion Net system, so what happens is you connect to Wi-Fi, and then Wi-Fi goes, it's their intranet that connects all of their ships and all of their assets, including the island, see? Problem is, like, for example, the status says off ship. And then if you go to Compass, it says select a ship, because I'm not on a ship. And so it doesn't know where I am. Compass doesn't allow you to see the island. The island isn't part of Compass yet. I'm sure they'll probably add that somehow. But the other piece of it is the Medallion Net, which is the internet login server, does not work on the island. So what that means is if you have logged in your phone or your iPad or whatever to Medallion Net on the boat, and then you come off onto the island, the internet's great. It actually works just fine. 2.5 megabits down. I think we got almost 5 megabits up. So it's actually very good. Service providers through a cable provider in the Bahamas. Seems great. But then I made the mistake of trying to make a call accidentally, and it knocked me off the internet. What it did is shut off Wi-Fi. It knocked me off Medallion Net, and surprise, surprise, I cannot get back on it now because I can't connect to the Medallion Net login server on the island. But I think if I go back to the ship on the tender and reconnect and reestablish it and come back over to the island, I think it would work perfectly, but I'm not gonna make that effort. It's just not worth it. But I believe that's what's going on right now, is you can't actually connect to the login server, though if you are already logged in and you have your token, it works. So kind of a little interesting tech tip. If you plan on using Wi-Fi while you are on the island, it does work, but log in on the ship before you leave. And don't turn off Wi-Fi.
I'm the reason he tried to make a call because I couldn't find my phone, which I had tucked behind myself. But
So it's her
my phone's
fault.
still connected.
Right.
Which is weird because I answered when you called me. It didn't kick me off. We got here around, I think, 10-ish. And the water was about out where those people are. And we're getting a couple of waves that actually came up to here. So I'm hoping the tide doesn't come in and we lose our loop-a-loopa. John knows who invented this thing. It's like tricycle on water. And I'm trying to guess who it is. It's not Steve Jobs. It's not Barrett. It's not
Arneson.
And it's not the guy who made the cool tables. And he's still alive. It's a guy. And you should be able to know who it is based on the design and look of those tires.
Yep. In fact, you bitch mode and complaining about it too.
About what else he's designed? It has to be Apple something.
Bitch mode and complain about this too.
Where do we... I don't bitch and moan about Dyson.
Yeah, you do. You don't like his ball vacuum.
Oh, no, you're... Okay, no, I like the new Dyson cordless thing. I don't like that one that we have.
Yeah, which is...
Dyson invented that?
Dyson invented that. It's what he did before the vacuum cleaner business.
Wow.
Yep.
So is he making like a commission when they sell each of those?
I don't know. It depends on...
Or he patented the...
I think the patent may have run out. I mean, it was a long time ago. That was a very 70s thing.
This guy, it's like a walking trivia machine. Because he sees things and researches them. Like yesterday, we went to the Elite Lounge, which is the Vista Lounge. And it's at the aft of the ship and has a lot of windows, except for there's no light coming through them. An employee came through a door on the side, which showed us that it was right at the edge of the ship and should have sunlight coming through those windows. I'm like interested in the cheese and the veggie dip and everything that's over there. And he cannot do anything until he leaves the room and investigates what's on the other side of that wall. I mean, check the ship deck plan and then went out and looked for himself.
You want to know what's out there? The ones that are reflective mirrors are actually walls because there's a utility closet behind it. The ones to the right that are further forward have curtains. Those curtains, if you look outside, it's not just curtains, but they have a some sort of a removable panel. I don't know whether it retracts or where they physically remove it, but that does have windows.
So sunlight will come through
The
if they want to.
The front 3 or 4 windows do have.
Point being, you can basically find anything out in the wild, and he's going to be able to give you a briefing on something he knows in depth about it.
Or would like to know.
Rarely. Like when I got my hit lip, we had to research that, and we were both informed about it for the first time, which shocked us. His mom we were telling her about it probably 6 or 7 times, and she's going, okay, let's move on from this. I don't know why it's so exciting to you. It's like, because he doesn't have aha moments very often.
You want to become a wizard. The most powerful magic words in the English language are, I don't know. Please explain it to me. Because with those, you learn anything. Everyone's happy to tell you what they know. That's the funny thing about people. People are happy to tell you. You see a guy sitting there, he's doing a work-a-day job, pulling the lines on these things, and you're like, what is that for? Happy to tell you exactly what he's doing. And then with that, you put it in your mind and you know it forever. How cool is that?
Just using cruising examples, we got off, it was, I think, a private island for Carnival. Whatever the case, I was walking up the pier and we saw the ropes holding the ship to the port, and they have these like yellow metal things. Most people, I think, walk by those and they don't even think, what is that? But it's intentionally there. So I wanted to know, why is there this yellow cone thing on the rope? And I found out by being interested and curious about that, it stops rodents from running up the ropes and onto the ship. I mean, very interesting. That's a little fact that will stick with me forever. But also that moment of learning it on that cruise is like a huge memory of a whole week on board.
You remember things when you're curious about them. If somebody is telling you to memorize something, you won't remember it. So if you allow your mind to ask a question and then you learn the answer, you'll have it forever. It's a really weird phenomenon. So if you naturally ask questions and then you find the answer to it for real, like actually take the 30 seconds to Google it, you'll retain that knowledge forever.
So we've been on the beach now for a couple hours, and we went over. They have a live band playing music, and there's a bar over there, but there's also a hut where they have all the floaty devices. These floaties are $10 each, and you get, like, this sun is going to cross over, and we're going to be in the sun regardless, even under our shell. So we might as well be out in the water with our little ugly hats on. Yeah, under our blue balupa. So I went over there, $9.95 each, and we get to rent these floaters. We just put on our SPF 70 because we are not built for this kind of sun. We're going to waddle out there and float for a while. Anyway, the little bar, they have a drink menu, but someone is using pen and paper to write down your order. I just went over and got 2 orange juices, and I don't even think she wrote it down. It's like they don't think it's worthwhile to take note and charge us for a juice when there are people ordering cocktails.
I wonder if their medallion system is supposed to be up and running. I wonder if the medallion server itself is down.
Yeah, that might be.
Includes their payments and the system login.
Yeah, because everything has been by pen and paper since we got here. Like my rental for that, I had to fill out 2
the
forms.
Cruise director said on the what's the show called?
The Wake Show.
The Wake Show. The British guy on the Wake Show said that the medallions are supposed to work here.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that maybe the medallion integration server isn't working here.
So for the person taking orders, when I just say I want orange juice, she's like, okay, whatever, pour 2 orange juices and be out of my line.
Yeah.
Because she's got more important things to write down. Now that we have soaked up our SPF, we're probably going to get out into the water. We'll grab another couple orange juices and go out into this beautiful turquoise water and float for a bit. 2 OJs.
Excellent. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you get charged for them?
She took our room number down, but we got 4 for the price of 2, if anything. So it's all right. And we got straws that don't hurt the ocean, but they hold up a little better than the edible straws. So ready to go in?
Okay.
It's beautiful, warm, comfortable in the water. The water is actually kind of chilly, but it feels nice after you've been out in the sun for a while. Plus, you can bring your drink, and if you're right-handed, it fits right in there. Cheers!
does not understand cleaning lenses. But when you clean the lens, God, it looks good. Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
John was smart, and if you're doing like the clamshell, hang a sarong or something from your clamshell, because
my
by the
navigational aid.
mid-morning, there are 200 of them out. And so if you're in the water, you can't see where your clamshell is. I can see because I'm in the water and I haven't lost perspective, but when you are walking on the sand after getting out, it's hard to tell where you started. So he hung my sarong from the roof of the clamshell, and now we have this beautiful black flag.
Navigational aid.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a pirate flag if you had a skull and crossbones on your sarong.
But instead I have a ridiculous,
Floppy hat.
jeez,
Gosh, isn't that a hot little floppy
so
hat?
stupid.
Oh, love it.
I mean, I appreciate the protection from the sun, but it is the dumbest looking thing. Every time I see myself, it's annoying. But without looking in the mirror, I appreciate the shade
The utility.
following me everywhere.
Okay, does she or does she not look fabulous in a floppy hat?
Don't even reply. It's ridiculous. I can see it's ridiculous. John went to the buffet. He thinks Princess probably does a good job with the buffet, so he wanted to go check out their lunch options. Let's see what he got. He found a double cheeseburger.
I made a double cheeseburger. Okay.
John is a pro Princess buffet person.
No, I'm not.
Was it as bad as I told you?
No. They're minimizing. They have a very minimal menu. Burgers, knockwurst, bratwurst, and cupcakes.
That's a cupcake?
Well, that's what they called it. That's why I did the finger thing.
Yikes. John just finished his lunch, and I think it's around like 1:30. There's a ship behind us. We're gonna head back and try and beat the rush to the ship. Plus, we've had our fill of sun today. Even with SPF 70, this is intense. So we're gonna deliver our floaties back to the hut and head to our water taxi and see you back on board. We are on our way back to a tender to return to the ship, and there is no priority boarding for elite passengers getting back on to the water taxi, so you just get in line with everybody else. But they passed out frozen towels to wipe your hands or face, whatever you want with, and then you can choose from cucumber, orange, or regular water to drink as you wait in line. So really nice perks that honestly I don't expect when they're at a private island where there are no competing brands to make look bad compared to them. So good job, Princess. Figure out how we get up front. I think we can go up top, but we can't sit up front. It looks like a catamaran, but no one can actually go there. has his gimbal out. We're hoping we have a good view, so if we do, we'll show you that beautiful ship as we get closer. Those clamshells, we probably could have gone over that way. It is just beautiful out here. This water is crystal clear. It's got a little bit of, I mean, it's turquoise, but you can see right to the bottom, and even out at the ship, it is just amazing. Waiting for elevators.
I figure we go up.
On the stairs. Yeah. Run, babe, run.
Deck 6, Fiesta. Going up.
I saw Tony and Don down there, so I was waving. They spotted us. I don't think they can walk around the ship without people approaching them anymore.
Deck 8.
All right, we are back on board and I took a shower already. John is in there now. What a nice day at the beach. Also a nice day, but a really good value. We rented the clamshell for $40, which covers up to 2 people. And then because I'm elite, I got 10% back. So it was $36 for the clamshell. And then it was $20 for our floaties. And because we ended up spending about an hour and a half or 2 hours floating, I think that was well worth it. Again, 10% off. So it was $9 each for them. Total of $60 or less for our day at the beach. What a steal. The first 2 orange juices that we got, I don't believe they charged us for. And then I don't know, what do they charge, like $3.50 for orange juice? So at most we spent $7 on that. And it was just a perfect beach day for a very reasonable price. And I was telling John, you know, when you go to book a cruise, the initial ticket price is not what you should be looking at overall. For example, you might be able to get onto a Royal Caribbean ship for, I don't know, right now the prices are crazy, but let's say $25 to $50 per day. Personally, I think a cruise is worth it if it's $100 per person per day. That was my pre-shutdown metric. So I would book something if I could find that rate. And right now it's just, I mean, everything is off because they're just bringing people back and trying to get you to cruise again. So 25 to 50 is actually what you're seeing. But the thing is, Princess might charge a little more initially, like for the overall cruise rate, but what is included with their fare is a little better. You don't feel so much like a commodity when you walk on board. You're not bombarded with people trying to sell you things. And if you want to upgrade to an all-inclusive type package, which we didn't do, but you can, it makes sense. And granted, the price is going up. They just announced it. But even with the increase, we're talking $60 per person per day. That covers internet, gratuities, and an all-inclusive drink package. So the step up option is much more reasonable on Princess than you will find on Royal. I really appreciate this style of cruising, and being back on Princess for the first time since, oh gosh, 2018, 2019. This is reminding me why I'm so loyal to the brand. It is just my style. I am a Princess girl. It's almost 3, so we're gonna get put together. They returned my order for the canapes. I thought it was weird they had delivered it last night because it's not formal night. So I guess I will put this back on the door tonight because tomorrow's formal night and that's when they will be delivering. As we got back on board, we saw Dawn and Tony in the piazza talking to someone. So I waved at Dawn. He saw me. I don't know if Tony did, but I think John got Dawn waving back. Anyway, it's cool that we're on board with them, and I hope they're enjoying their time because it seems like they can't go anywhere without being recognized. I do appreciate that they have said hi, though. Here comes one of the water tenders. So they're basically docking right below us, which is awesome. We just left and John spotted, like, it looks like Disney is building a actual pier on the island, and he had mapped it out earlier today and said it's not a private island. They have different ownership groups throughout. It's a pretty big place actually. So that's interesting. But anyway, we are going to the Elite Lounge now and they have beef tartare tonight. So we'll show you what we have there. I'm not liking this setup. They have you go and somebody serves your slices of cheese for you. We don't need that. Let me serve my own freaking cheese slices. Are you kidding me? This is the Grinch Teeny. Much better seating with a wall here tonight. They do such a nice job. I got the mushroom soup, which is interesting. More French onion. You are a fan of that.
I am. It's very good.
Oh my goodness, this is huge. What did you get?
Flounder.
Flounder. Want to trade? This dining room is better designed, in my opinion. I got the love boat, and we have the coconut cream brulee and apple strudel. Oh wow! So we are on our way back to the room after dinner. John had to go by the internet desk for help because he was unable to log in, and they fixed it. So
They got me the information to make it work.
okay, the ship is moving, and these floors change level for no explainable reason. It's like there's
But
just
it's fun to
random
watch you
hills.
try to walk.
Anyway, while he went to the internet help desk, I went to the casino finally to check in because I have a $150 credit there. So I started playing my free spins. Well, I think I started playing my free play. When I went to the casino host, she was like, oh, you just charge your room and it will be credited. So I charged my room the full amount that I'm supposed to have a credit for, which is $150. Started spinning. I got down to 100, I think, like around 100, and John gets there. He's my lucky bonuser. Like, if I bonus, I don't pick my own buttons. He does. So it struck a bonus, and he's standing behind me, and I didn't like register. He's already there. So there were two options in the first round of the bonus. I almost picked the wrong one, and then I realized he was standing there. I'm like, wait, you pick it. He picked the other one than what I was going to pick. And it was the $40 jackpot on a $3 bet. Then that allowed me to continue on this spinning thing. It's like a pig's game. So you blow the house down and then you get to play the extra bonus. So he blew the house down and got the jackpot for that. And then it continued spinning and got to the next blowing the house down, which is the mini or the major jackpot. And then you had 5 options to choose from. And he picks the jackpot out of the 5. So I got another 150. So I ended up at like 340 at one point. lady next to me was at 3 something when I sat down next to her, and she was betting the same max. And I could tell was getting frustrated because her machine would not bonus. Her husband kind of pushed her out of the way and started hitting her buttons. Like, we're gonna get this thing to bonus. Anyway, John won 2 jackpots in there, and then we didn't get to blow the next house down, which would have been the major, like the biggest jackpot the machine offers, $3,500. Get you a lucky jackpotter like John. So I turned my 150 in free play into 100 or 300 and something now. But the weird thing about the Princess slots on this type of ship, you charge your room. It says, okay, now 150 credit. And then when you're done and you're like gratified that you have jackpot or whatever, you hit cash out and it just says so much credited to your account. It's like, but is it really? I kind of need the paper validation thing. I give them credit because that means I don't have to remember to cash it out at the end of the week, but I also don't have a piece of paper proving I just won that. So I'm nervous about it. I'm also nervous about whether they're going to apply my free play, but we'll see. And that was a good start in the casino. That was like such a better start than Royal Caribbean, honestly. The only negative I can say about this Princess Casino is that the max bet on almost every machine I walked by, the reason I sat at this one is because max bet was $3 or $3.20. Every other machine, it is $8.80 or more. Ridiculous to activate the progressive. Like, why play if you're not activating the progressives? I'm not betting $8.80. I'm not doing that. So I'm confused why all those machines are at that level. I guess people are willing to risk that much in one spin. That was fun. So now we're back in the room and we're gonna probably watch a movie and just chill, call it a good night. Tomorrow is a day at sea, so we're gonna sleep in. We have to move our clocks forward an hour. I'm gonna look through the pattern. I really appreciate that they're still delivering these because honestly, I don't like how it's displayed in the app. I think you have to scroll horizontally and vertically to see the whole schedule, and you can't zoom out. I don't like it. So I'm gonna look through the paper version and see what we want to do tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see you in the morning. Tomorrow's formal night, so we're gonna get dressed up, and I believe we have dinner in Crown Grill tomorrow, so it should be fun. See you tomorrow. With our patter came a new thing I've never seen before. How is your cruise so far? And you can write down any feedback you have. That is awesome. Good for Princess, because I was just saying about Royal that they should give you an option to give feedback after like the first production show that we didn't like. Then at the end of the cruise, we have to give our overall thoughts on the production show. We loved the second one. The first one was the problem. So I don't want to give a bad review and have the second show be punished. This gives you the option to be more detailed. So thank you, Princess. Good job.